Just an update on what I've been working on. I recently mentioned that I started messing with Gdevelop's built-in 3D capabilities, and I was able to get some things working, like adding the ground and a little movement for water. I recently imported a character into the game, and the entire scene is set up using the third-person camera extension. So I tell the engine to use the third-person camera to look at the character from about 1000 pixels with a rotation of 180 degrees and an elevation of 5, which is pretty much how I want it to look at the moment. Since I'm using my gamepad and I started this scene from a third-person perspective, you can already imagine that setting up the controls was an experience to say the least. There are some extensions you could use to make things easier like 3D walk, but as usual, I'm always looking for other ways to make things work. In this section, I have the gamepad controls, with several force by angle and rotation actions. So far, they aren't causing any major issues during my test runs. The character can walk in all directions with no issues currently, and can even run on some inputs. I haven't applied the actions for running to the other gamepad controls yet, since I wanted to test it out first. I also like to check and see what happens if I shift the joystick in different directions, mostly looking for any odd movements or animations to occur. Since that looks okay for now, I can go and copy the code block with these actions to the other ones and adjust the angles of rotation for each before testing how they work into the game. So it seems like I can run towards the camera now with no problems. When I was setting up this scene, I made it pretty large at the time, which is evident by the name of the stage, Open World. So a part of testing this out is me running around this big open area trying to see if something will behave incorrectly. There are still some things I'm looking into, like jumping, falling, fighting skills, weapons, and collecting objects. At the moment, I'm simply testing to see what I can do and the different ways I can do it. Ever since multiplayer was announced, I've been curious about creating a particular game with multiple characters and different areas to explore. So I'll document my progress during my spare time, alongside some easy tutorials. There is a little moment on this stage where the character steps up and steps down from the dirt ground to the grass. That was fairly easy to do using a tween to smoothly change the character's Z order from 0 to whatever I wanted at the time. I was thinking of using it later to do something like walking up steps or climbing up structures, but I'll see if it actually works the way I visualize it. So that's my little update on what I've been working with in Gdevelop. I will return very soon with more updates. And to also finish things others have requested,